Okay, today I'm going to be destroying Theoria Apophasis's magical unicorn nonsense. Hopefully for good, really. This will be my last video about him because his unicorn stories are just nonsensical rubbish, and I'm about to show it. It's quite funny, really. Ah well, I know a lot of you don't like me doing this, and if you don't like me doing this, get off my channel, because you've got the king of magnetism, the self-proclaimed king of magnetism, who keeps stealing my ideas and basically ballsing it all up. So today I'm just going to show you another massive incompetent explanation by him, and it's not an explanation, it's a description. So here we go with his massive bumbling words that try and make him look intelligent, and then I'm going to show you that he's talking absolute rubbish. Here we go. Now the picture underneath that you can see here, this is from my Birkeland current seed formation, Birkeland current seed pod video, which shows exactly why a sphere is made. So you're going to hear some magical crap from Ken. I love the guy, but I'm sorry, when you love somebody you have to show them their folly, otherwise you don't love them. You obviously hate them because you don't want to correct them. So I'm trying to correct Ken, but he's not having none of it, so I'm just going to have to show the rubbish that he's showing. But that picture on screen, due to rotation, shows why seeds appear, or suns on a Birkeland current string in space. Alright, here we go. I'm sorry that his mumbling is going to get confusing, but I will zero in on the actual problem when we get there. Now this is from his latest video, the last couple of days, Light Deeper, Secrets of Light and Nature's Field Geometry. He likes to pretend he's got secrets when in fact he's just a plagiarizing parrot. Alright, there you go.
This would be low energy light, infrared radiation. Up here we have, for example, high energy light. Let's say this is gamma radiation, right? Or say it's ultraviolet. Rarefactions and compressions. All these little compressions right here. This, as you can see right up here, cross-section of light, specifically a field perturbation. And that field perturbation is a field modality, and it's a coaxial circuit. It's a compounded field modality. Is nothing other than a rarefaction and compression of a field modality. All these little compressions are what the modern sciences call the photon. These little compressions right here, these are the pulse perturbations that actually occur in the coaxial circuit. Anytime there is a release of energy, the resultant is rarefaction of the dielectric longitudinal pulse perturbation and the manifestation of transverse and electrical magnetic.
Now that all sounded very clever, but did you notice what he was doing there? He had low energy light, high energy light, and very high energy light. So where's he getting his energy from that isn't turning into matter? I've already said I'm the only person on the planet who said energy and matter are separate. So why he's talking about energy moving stuff, I've no idea, because it's not within his theory. But he's basically saying that a hydrogen atom or a proton is formed by very high energy levels, which, you know, it can't happen because energy and matter aren't separate in his world. But he's saying it has to be very high energy, which is rubbish, and now I'm going to prove it. Okay, here's where I show that Ken Wheeler doesn't know his backside from magnetism, and you can all sit there and say, you're never been nice to him. No, I hate liars. Birkeland current. Do we see those bubbles yet that are rotating? Oh look, we've even got a double line, and it's rotating balls of matter in. Just keep adding more and more. Now we have 3 lines. These are Birkeland current tubes. I've said that on a magnet there is a non-static standing wave. Now what that means is, as you can see there, is that it has a waveform on top, which is all Birkeland current tubes. Now that wave doesn't move. It's a standing wave. But non-static means that each rotational field of that wave is rotating, the same as a Birkeland current with suns on a string. That is what is happening right here. It's all slowed for a minute. Let's add a bit more. Do you see? Of course you see. You see, because it's obvious, and nothing's high energy or anything here. So there we go. A non-static standing wave on a magnet. And now, just for the hell of it, because I can, I'm gonna disprove the flat earth again, because flat earth people seem to think that what I'm doing has something to do with a flat earth. Let's just have one last picture of that with those beads on a string moving through a Birkeland current which is coming out of a magnet. Alright, now just quickly change an arrangement here, lift that up. Maybe a Birkeland current, by the way, is a double helix energy flow.
Get rid of the humidity. I say I don't want to lose all that. Alright. Okay. I'm going to have to lose all that. There's no pure ferrofluid. Ooh. Now, I want to show you what happens on a magnet and what happens on the Earth. So, I'm now going to fill this. So there is a magnet at the centre of the Earth, some kind of magnet. And so what happens above the flat magnet, which is... And what happens with a flat magnet? A flat magnet becomes round. Do you see that? All you flat earthers out there who sit there and pretend that whatever I'm doing is part of what you're doing. No, magnets make a sphere. If I add that to the top and the bottom, what will we get? We will get a sphere. And now for all those biblical people that want to sit there and tell me that what I'm saying isn't biblical, yeah? Well, in the end times, God says the land will fall. I've said there's a universal voltage drop coming. And what will happen when I remove the magnet? What do you think is going to happen? Who can guess what's about to happen to that half circular landmass? It will fall. And that, my friends, will be the devastation that hits the Earth when the electricity gets turned off in the day of Revelation. So yeah, boom, nothing left. This is what holds up the planet. Electromagnetism. Okay? So when that's gone, the land will fall. Thanks very much. My name is Lee, I follow the Christ, and I'm showing you all the things that he shows me. And I like destroying science, mainstream science, and idiot science, because it's easily for me to prove, because God is with me. Thanks a lot. Bye.
So yeah, this paper explains why. The video of the same paper explains exactly how rotation occurs, because it occurs on that page and also in those filament lines. A magnet is not high energy, it is low energy. So how on earth do I get a sphere inside a Birkeland current? Well, I've already explained that on video, so off you go and watch all my videos, please, everybody, because that's the whole point of making my videos, so that you can watch them one after another and understand how the whole world works. Thanks very much. My name is Lee, I follow the Christ, and I show you all the things he showed me. And yeah, so this will be the last video about Ken Wheeler, because he's talking absolute rubbish. So I can't be bothered with him anymore. I've decided now, finally, that I'm going to leave him to God, and when we get to meet him, well, then his lying ways will be over. Thanks very much. Bye.